Hi everybody. So now we're going to make the bows that go on our wreath. We're going to need two of them. Okay. I'm using row C. Now I have the older Pro Bow. So if you have the row right here, you'll be using row D. I have skipped a peg. I did that on purpose. We don't need these two pegs. For the bow we're making the Chateau Bow. So let's get started. So you're going to dovetail your ribbon first. I have cut 2 lengths of wire. It's 26 gauge, and I've cut it about 24 inches long. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your first ribbon, make sure the good side is facing out, and I'm going to kind of check my tail because I don't want my tail too long, and I don't want to trim up too much because that makes it feel like I'm wasting ribbon. And then I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to put it around both ribbons in the middle. And then as close as the peg that I can get, I'm going to tie my wire. And then I'm going to twist it one time. Okay? You're going to take one of your wires and you're going to twist it up your peg. We're going to get this tail out of the way. We're going to take our other wire and twist it on our nail. That's down here. And then we're just going to tuck that under the board out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and clip my other tail, approximately row B. Now we're going to go ahead and add what's called the guide wire or the second wire down through the very middle of your bow. You're going to take your wire and you're going to come underneath here and catch your wire. Okay? Let me grab a black pipe cleaner real quick so I can show you. So basically, so you can see this black pipe cleaner better, you're going to go under your ribbon. Okay? And then you're going to come around to the front and then tie it. Make sure you don't get your peg or you'll tie your bow to your peg. And then you're going to start this. Okay? You'll tie it and you'll give it one twist to start. Okay? So I'm going to grab my second ribbon. I'm going to dovetail it approximately row B. I'm going to pinch. I'm going to tie that in with my wire. I'm going to tuck my tail out of the way. Now also make sure that when you start this, that your ribbon is halfway down on the peg. If it's not, it'll make a mess. You will not have a pretty bow. Okay? We're going to pinch and twist, make sure the good side is facing out. Pinch, twist, and then secure your ribbon in with your wire. Make sure you're doing this tightly when you secure your ribbon in. Otherwise, it'll bunch up at the end. we're going to use another 1.5 ribbon. Now, we're going to go out to row B one last time. Pinch. Secure your ribbon into your wire. Always make sure that the good side is facing away from you. And then pinch and twist. Secure it with your wire. And then I'm going to cut my tail. Oops, sorry about that. And then we're going to get one more 1.5 ribbon here. Now this time, with this one, I'm going all the way out to row C. On some of y'all's, it'll be row D. It just depends on which board you have. Now I like to push in on my ribbon a little bit to make sure that it's going tightly, because otherwise, like I said, at the end it'll kind of bunch up and it'll wad your bow up and it won't look good. Okay. I've got 2 spool holders, so I'm gonna push that one out of the way because I've got 3 on the next one. And I'm going to grab all 3 of them at one time. So we have 3 ribbons here that are 2.5. And we're going to dovetail them. We're going to, once again, measure out to approximately row C. And we're going to make our pinch. And we're going to put our ribbons in the wire and tie it securely. We're going to set our tails out of the way. And then we're going to start making loops. Now for this part of the bow, we're going to pinch and twist. Make another loop. Now if you want to, at this point, you can secure it with your wire again. I'm not going to. I'm just going to pinch and twist again. Make another loop. Pinch and twist. And we're going to make our last loop. Pinch and twist. Make sure when you do your pinch and twist that it's in the center. Now we're going to securely tie all those ribbons together. Come out here all the way out. And we'll cut a dovetail. Then we're going to pull our wires. I always like to double check on my peg, make sure I don't have a wire there. Then you're going to get your other wire off your nail. and you're going to tie that as tight as you can. Okay, what I like to do is then take all the wires and twist them one time to make sure that my bow is secure. Okay. If you have a fluff box, you can use your fluff box. I do not have a fluff box. So what I did, one of the other wreath makers did this and it was pretty neat. I have an eye hook right here on my board. And it's, as you can tell, it's not in the way when I make my wreath. Okay. I'm going to slide all my wires. There's an opening. I'm going to slide all my wires and I'm going to pull my bow tightly to me. And then the nail down here on your board, I'm going to wrap those wires around it to hold my bow while I'm fluffing it. Okay. Start at the bottom of your bow. I'm going to start with the tails and I'm going to start pulling those apart. Now I like to make sure that my ribbons alternate. And then I'm going to go ahead and come over to this side, pulling my tails apart. And once again, I want to make sure that my ribbons are alternating nicely. Then we have one more set of tails. Just like you fluffed a terry bow before, you're just going to pull these tails apart, alternating. And the better your ribbon is, the better your bow will look. And this tail, y'all, is too long. So I'm going to go ahead and trim it down, because I already know I'm not going to like that later on. And this one I feel like is too long, so we're going to go ahead and trim it. If I don't think that I can see my other ribbons below one very well, I trim it. That's why I trim the ribbons. I want to make sure that I can see all the colors in my ribbons. And there you have it. This is the Chateau Bow. Okay, so you're going to need to make 2 of these. So if you need to rewind this, you can. Come back and we'll start putting the finishing touches on our wreath.